RSL Nation! Welcome back to the Bros.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back.
What to do?
What to do? What to do? What to do? Excited.
Another
We've got
another day, another week.
another week, another dollar made.
We
Not
making
here at our
dollars.
jobs.
I was
At
gonna
our
say.
jobs.
It's like Christian's telling us something that we don't know about.
Yeah,
Seriously.
surprise. We've been monetized.
I mean, I'm waiting for that day, but one day, maybe not.
One day.
Maybe when this doesn't turn into a hobby.
But we've got an exciting podcast today.
Yeah, we do. We have a lot to talk about. Well, first off, we're gonna go over. I'm gonna let Marcos do all the other stuff, but the topics we're gonna talk about are the Rocky Mountain Cup. We have a couple of RSL news things. We're just gonna dive into a little bit of RSL news. Then we're gonna preview Dallas, and then we're gonna preview Seattle because we're not gonna be able to record in time for the next Wednesday's game.
Yeah, these dumb Wednesday Saturday games, they're back.
Well,
I thought we were done with them, but they came back.
I think this is our last one. No, we have a couple in June.
I think so. I'll have
That's
to.
next month.
That's next month. You're a little ahead.
I am a little ahead. I got to plan ahead. But
Very
astute. Very astute. We have a lot to cover. So but first we have to do some business. Marcos, what business do we have?
You know, everybody, it is that time. We got to find out a winner of this giveaway. So without further ado, let's spin this wheel. Let's spin this wheel to find out who is our giveaway winner.
Now, before we spin the wheel, remind everyone what we're spinning for.
Yes, we are spinning this wheel to find out who is the lucky winner of the ball signed by everybody on Real Salt Lake.
Well, I wouldn't say everyone, but definitely the players.
Yeah, like everyone from Chicho all the way down from Beavers to Hidalgo to Brody.
Now that's the hope, because we left the ball with them, and we're hoping that everyone signs it. But I'm pretty sure everyone will.
Everyone, including the game day staff, janitors,
equipment
crew.
manager.
Dude, shout out to the freaking field crew. They do not get enough love and respect. That is the best field in MLS.
If the field crew sign the ball, it's worth even more.
We love you, field crew.
We love the field crew. So
absolutely. Without further ado, let's spin this wheel. I want to find out who's the winner. I'm excited.
I gotta share my screen. So here we go. Ready, set. All right. Y'all see it?
There you go. You had to click it.
Good. All right.
I'm excited for this.
I know.
We have 100 names on this. Okay.
Woo!
100. That's between Twitter and Instagram. And if you're on here 2 times, good for you. Well, I don't know. Without further ado, here we go.
Okay, I thought you already spun it because it was winning.
No.
I was waiting.
So here we go.
Watching a bunch of South Park characters tumble.
Oh boy, here we go. Oh boy, who's it gonna be? Who's the lucky winner?
I'm gonna laugh if it's one of the previous winners. That'd be really funny.
It is.
Oh.
Hey! Congratulations, Will Buchanan.
Will Buchanan. So, Will Buchanan. Obviously we're gonna post this everywhere, so that way Will Buchanan can find themselves and reach out to us, and we'll get that ball to you. Man, that's exciting.
That's exciting, man. Wait, congratulations, Will Buchanan.
Excellent.
Next time we need sounds when the wheel's going, so that our blind listeners aren't just sitting there going, "What's going on?"
It's
so you
true.
can at least hear.
Hey, you're not wrong. In fact, I was hearing it. I was like, "This is entertaining. This is fun."
You didn't share with sound. Oh,
yeah.
Nope. Rookie move. But Marcos, make sure you write down Will Buchanan because I don't want to lose that name. So, all right. Now let's get into our topics because these let's just say
notes.
You took notes? All right.
I took notes.
How about this? I'm gonna ask you, each of you, describe this game in one word.
In one word?
You can only use one word. All right, give it to me.
electrifying.
Okay. That's good. I know this is a really hard one.
I'm going to.
By the way,
electrifying is a good word. I'm trying to think. It's more of. I'm trying to think of something sciency to say.
Why sciency?
Oh, okay. Because to me, it was like watching honestly, explosive. I'll just say explosive. It was like a chain of nuclear fission going off.
Wow. Huh. All right, that's pretty descriptive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it was moving, and I'll give you guys my reasons when towards the end of this game, because for me it was moving. So, let's break this game down just a little bit. Christian, give us some of your notes. What do you got for us?
Oh man, I was just writing down notes as the game went along. I mean, where do we start? We start at the beginning. RSL had a very, very mediocre beginning. Just especially first 5 minutes, it was very clear. It was shoddy possession. It was frantic. The passes weren't on. Bad passing in the beginning is what led to that early goal.
Yeah,
I mean
that was weird. Like, let's go through that real quick.
It looked like a lot of miscommunication. I want to say, because you get the pass, and then I don't know what Brody was thinking to go all the way back.
Well, I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, he was trying to do a square pass. He was just trying to do a normal pass, and it got intercepted by what's his bucket?
Bassett.
Yeah, Bassett had a great game. I'll power to Bassett. But honestly, Brody was just not on at all.
Poor guy too, because we know that he puts it all out on the field, and sometimes it just doesn't convert to good things per se. I mean, shoot. I mean, and I think I want to think that I heard Pablo on Diablo con Pablo say something about say something to McMath, saying, "Hey, stay back," like, because McMath was like,
he was playing super high.
30 yards out. I'm like,
which
the heck?
We've seen that a lot from McMath this season, where he just, like, I feel like, camps out about 25 yards out.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fine, but we obviously saw when mistakes happen in our own half, it turns into trouble. Not good at all.
Yeah, exactly.
And, also as well, especially for the first half of the game, our response to counterattacks was slow. We did not counter in an effective or quick manner at all. Colorado was very quick on their counters, and they caused a lot of problems early on. They were up by 2 goals within the first 20 minutes of the game, which
those first 20 were absolutely horrendous for us. If I were to
we look at that second goal scored by Navarro, and it just seemed like the defense was just watching the pass just go right through that, right for a nice through ball. And Glad and company were just kind of watching, leave Navarro wide open. He just gets the ball slotted right past McMath. And at that point, I'm sitting there with your son, Alan, and I'm just like, head down. I'm like, surrender, Cobra. I'm like, game's over.
I saw you. You are not a good fan. Like,
yep,
I saw him.
Just like that.
Well, you were like that, and then I saw you with your hands in your face in your hands. You're like, I was like,
I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I was probably one of many fans around me who I thought game's over. I don't see us coming back 2-0 down 20 minutes in the game.
But as we know, as any tenured soccer fan knows, and Alan, I'll ask you the answer to this question: what is the most dangerous scoreline in soccer?
2-0.
2-0. 2-0.
Yeah.
And I mean, Gomez gave us life in.
Gomez gives us life every game
with his
little dancing.
Might I say, I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like Gomez got gypped for not winning goal of the week, because that
volley.
that pass from Luna, the pass from Luna, and then having Gomez just wide open, just left-footed volley. It's like, see you later.
Our front four, phenomenal. They did phenomenal. I don't agree with Thought Mob's 6.8 rating of Crooks at all.
Well, actually, there are a lot of people that are saying that Crooks was off as well.
He was off, but he was. One thing that I picked up was, especially after RSL's first goal, after Chicho scored, is that Crooks was hungry for the ball. He felt the shift in the momentum and decided, hey, I can push a little harder. And that push in momentum, I feel, led to the rest of the offense getting confidence for the rest of the game. Chicho's first goal was a little hectic, a little bit gross, and
it's a garbage goal.
It didn't settle the team at all.
Yeah, but doing what I'm pulling out of that one, out of Chicho's first goal, was this. Wasn't it Ojeda that went off on a spiel against?
I was gonna mention that last game was when Ojeda went for like 2 or 3 shots, and he did the same thing prior to Chicho's, and I was like, man, Ojeda, don't be afraid to take those chances. And Stefan was not ready for that at all. It was like, looked like a knuckleball.
It was a hard shot, and so what I'm getting at is that now Ojeda thinks that, well, not thinks, he's getting into the attack now.
Yeah,
which that makes it 5 people in the attack.
And occasions Anelia as well.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. In our third goal, Anelli gets in there, so we have 6 options to attack.
And that was off the crossbar too on an Anelli shot too.
I'd say 7 or 8 options in attack.
Really?
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, if we have Vera hanging out, he can launch shots. Catranis can launch shots. Vlad is kind of off this season. He doesn't have a goal yet. Where he had, I think at this point he had already had like 3 or 4.
Four goals.
Yeah, something like that. But we do have, if we're counting right, at least 8. At least 8. We can leave out Glad, leave out our right back, and leave out our goalkeeper. We have 8 attackers.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you guys see why we're so dangerous right now in this league?
That performance against Colorado was the most complete offensive performance we've had all season.
Complete in the sense that people are getting goals and people are getting assists.
Mm-hmm.
Because
we could have had more. We could have had more than 5 goals easily.
Oh yeah, I just wish that we can play a complete 90 instead of having these small stupid errors that we've seen all season long. These dumb defensive errors, where it seems like it always comes back to Brody for these mistakes. Not just this game, but other previous games.
I mean, take a look at Colorado's third goal. That was a fumbled clearance that led to that goal. That's what opened them up to that third goal. It was a fumbled clearance. It was a defensive mistake.
Yeah, but 2 wild saves by Zach.
Oh,
holy crap!
Zach did his job, except for the first goal. Zach did his job for the majority of the night.
It was just that back line. That back line was not keeping us in it.
Yeah. So let's get into like personal, how each of us saw all these goals and experienced the game from our different angles. Marcos, you were with my son.
I was
the crazy
kid. I think I told him several times, like, take off your shirt. Take off your shirt. Your mom's not here.
You're like, wave it around, go!
Wave it around. We just scored. He's like, no.
Yeah, he's
what
a
good little
kid.
boy.
Yeah, he's a great little boy. But from your perspective, Marcos, how did the stadium feel being in the crowd?
Oh, like I said, after Colorado went up 2-0, everybody was just very quiet. We had a bunch of Colorado fans around us who were just very heckling. They were just kind of showboating. I'm like, oh, great. Here we go again. Another loss to Colorado. But might I just say, I feel like this is the loudest I've ever heard the fans all season long. This felt like a playoff atmosphere in that crowd. Like, holy crap, the riot is back.
Yeah. Christian, from up in the box, how did everything look, feel, sound?
I mean, the angle looked perfect right up there. The sound, especially towards the end of the game, I 100% agree with Marcos. That was the loudest I've heard that stadium in a very long time.
Yeah.
Phenomenal atmosphere up there. It's interesting because obviously, being in the press box, people tend to stay more neutral in the press box and don't really react as much. But you could feel the mood change.
Yeah.
And felt the energy kind of decrease after that second goal. And then we brought it back and we equalized, and then it went back down after the third goal again. And then just the last 10 minutes, it was incredible. And I got actually a chance to sit next to the podcast, The Burgundy Wave, which is a Colorado podcast, sports podcast, and Matt Pollard, their editor-in-chief, was there. Wonderful dude. Huge shout out to him.
Awesome.
Would love to see him back here. And it was good to talk with him and honestly get the Colorado aspect of it. And yeah, that was a great experience.
That was a awesome experience. So let me give you guys my angle. So from down on the field, I'll only talk about the last 10 minutes because the first 20 minutes were horrible. After we tied, it was electric, but it was like electric, like, yeah, we just tied. Great, we're gonna save ourselves. But when we got into the 3-3 situation, obviously everything was electric. When I think, what was the word I used at the very, very beginning? Moving.
Yep.
This game was moving for me because when we scored our fourth goal, that obviously the place went off the hook. But what made it moving for me, and it literally brought tears to my eyes, was the loudness, the togetherness, the fact that the whole stadium were chanting with La Barra. That's what got me. That's what I'm like, this is what it's about. Everyone needs to be doing this, not letting La Barra sing all the songs by themselves, but everyone was singing Dale, Dale, or Ole, everything. It was like, it moved me. Like,
I lost my voice.
Yeah, you did.
With how much yelling I was doing. Like, I want to see like that passion from our fan base of complete 90, not just when we're all of a sudden up against our rival, just every single home game, the whole 90 minutes. That's what soccer's about. I want to go real quick for you guys to that last goal, Anderson Julio. Obviously, Anderson Julio, going on that right side, cuts in. He had Chicho wide open. Do you feel like that he should have just given it to Chicho for that hat trick, or let Anderson have that goal?
Are you asking me to like take a side?
I thought it could have gone either way. He created, honestly, a fantastic goal that I didn't think he would have. That I didn't think
because he missed one previously earlier in the game,
and one that was more open. That was a very tight shot to the bottom right hand corner, and beautiful, beautiful finish. But honestly, if he had passed it to Chicho, that would have been an easy hat trick for Chicho. Zach Steffen would have been absolutely beaten.
Oh yeah.
So he could have gone either way.
I think though, the way that the personality of this team is moving towards right now is very selfless. Even though the act seems selfish, I think that there's enough confidence in Anderson to go ahead and take that shot. And the fact that he did make it, I mean, I think there's two sides of this. You can think, man, Chicho's like, oh man, good thing you made it. Here, I'm gonna be happy for you. Or if Anderson would have missed it, do you think Chicho would have reacted a different way? I don't think so.
No, not at all. Because the team was obviously winning at that point.
And so that's why I think that it was better for Anderson to try to motivate himself and try to get that confidence. And Chicho, being the captain that he is, being the stalwart example that he is, obviously congratulated him and is very happy for him. So I think it's a win-win either way.
Like of course Chicho wants to do well. He wants to eventually score goals. He wants to win Golden Boot, but it's a team effort. He wants to see his other teammates succeed in Gomez and Julio. So,
well, he recognized that in his post-game interview. he was asked how he felt about being on the top of the Golden Boot race, and he was like, it's awesome, but I wouldn't be here without the team. He was very, very deliberate with his words and very conscious of, hey, it's a team effort, it's a team game. I would not be here without the team, and I think it also helps that he has turned out to be an exceptional captain for Real Salt Lake. The scuffle towards the end, he was in it, but also in it to separate the team out of the fight as well.
Exactly.
He went to bat for his team verbally and got punished for it, but also separated them physically because, I mean, Catranos was ready to go all 300 on
freaking
Battle Thermopylae right there. Just so he recognizes well that it's a team, and I think compared to the Chicho that we saw in LAFC compared to now is much more mature.
Oh yeah.
And just as confident with scoring goals. And I think we are very fortunate and grateful that we have such a high quality player playing for us that loves the team, loves the fans, and laughed when I called his kids chichichitos.
Chichitos. Chichitos.
Yeah, they left and I was like, bye Chicho. And I was like, and bye chichichitos. And he laughed. I was like, yes.
Yes, that's awesome.
I'm just saying, if we got 8 goals in our second game of the Rocky Mountain Cup, get ready for leg 3. Leg 3 is going to be, grab your popcorn because it is going to be a blockbuster, folks. Because
should we go to Denver?
Yeah, like that's gonna be a good one. And
there you go.
I just liked seeing the support of the Colorado Rapids fans that were at this game. Like they knew they win this game, the cup's going home to them. But yeah, that was a good one.
That's a Matumbo finger for you guys.
Yep, not going anywhere. Not going anywhere yet.
No. Well, this is definitely going to rank as one of the top, if not the top, game that I've been to in RSL history. So, we could talk about this game for a lot more, but let's move on because if not, we're not going to reach these other topics. So there are. Let's talk about, how do I phrase this? Transfer window is coming up, and
month and a half.
Yeah, and it was around beginning of June, if you do recall, of last year. That's when Chicho came on board.
That's when he was announced.
He was announced.
He couldn't play until July.
Yes.
So that's why, to Christian's point, in a month and a half. So we're going to talk a little bit about transfers, and when I say a little bit, because we don't know a lot. Nope. But what we do know is this: we have 2 DP slots that we could fill. We might have some positions that we want to buffer or bolster up a little bit. So I'm going to ask you guys, Christian, let's go with you first. What position do you think we should be bolstering up, and should we be using a DP slot for that position?
I will say yes. There's definitely a big position, and it's just our back line. I think especially our right back situation. Unfortunately, Brody seems like a great guy, but he hasn't been living up to the demands of the position at this point.
Yeah.
And that was very, very evident. Colorado led a lot of their attacks through that line, just like we predicted last week. That was one prediction we got right. Scoreline, we were so wrong. But
that was way off.
And so I think it would be worth using a DP slot on either, I would say, someone who can play either center back or right back.
Yeah. Okay.
Center back, right back. That would be worth it to me. Now, if we're talking about who, that's a great question, because you take a look at, do we pick up somebody who's older from Europe that's still in decently good shape that will be a good, I'll almost say face for the team, but we don't need a good face for the team. We've got great faces for the team right now.
Yeah.
Or do we pick up somebody younger that we can up and coming? And I would love to see a European right back.
Okay.
A solid European right back or American right back.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't pick up Otamendi.
We wish.
We
We're not gonna.
wish.
We're gonna go back in time to 2014.
I would
You know,
I would want to pick up Molina at this point.
Right.
right.
Let's just pick up the Argentine defense, guys. Let's be real. Marcos,
Well,
what position?
Licha.
Oh yeah, Licha.
Well,
Leach
for
would be
me,
great.
I agree with Christian. Right back is necessary after the last performance of Brody, and not just last performance, but throughout the season, he hasn't really shown that he is capable of starting every single game. So right back first and foremost for me, and then I would say someone to back up Chicho, because I feel like one injury, he's done for. Because who do we have? Julio, and who else down the list? Yakusin, and then so
That's fair.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, we need someone to back up Chicho, not necessarily to start, maybe just like a cheap striker. So, but I feel like I would use that DP spot for the right back position.
All right, I'll agree with everything you guys are saying. I think that if we do grab a DP this summer, they have to be, obviously this sounds really stupid, but I'm going to say it anyways. They have to be a starter. We have to start them. We're not going to bench a DP. So, if
You don't
we're
see
gonna,
that you never see that happen. A DP right in the bench.
I mean, no, you won't unless their name is
Giuseppe Rossi.
Rossi. Um, but I think the greatest chance of a DP starting is going to be at that right back spot, because Catranis has solidified on that left back. We have our center backs. We even got a cheap center back as a backup in Quinton. So we're fine, I think. But that right back I think is the last piece of the puzzle. To be honest,
Right now it feels like we have too many center backs.
too many, really?
Yeah, because you go down the list of center backs. So we have no, we have more.
Tell me.
Glad, Vera, Quinton, Holt, and then now we have Orozco who's back.
But they were saying on Twitter that Orozco is being listed as a defensive midfielder, not as a center back.
Interesting.
That's what he played at Larn. So
Okay.
So that means we have add another DM to the list.
So
yep.
four total.
4 DMs.
If anything, we have fantastic depth.
I guess 5, including Pablo, because
oh yeah, Ruiz, but then might as well count Silva too as a center back if you're gonna count Pablo.
yeah, exactly.
So all you guys that took the poll on Twitter and I think on Instagram as well agreed with us that somewhere along the defensive line, a DP would be a cool summer grab. So that's good. That's good. I think is it going to happen? I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past Kurt and Jason, because if they got the likes of Crooks, they got the likes of Catranis. I feel like they're cooking something coming this summer soon, because nobody expected Catranis to be how influential he is so far. So
that's right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Kurt Schmidt is good at finding good targets.
Yeah, seriously, give an offering to Mount Olympus, because holy cow.
Hey!
Oh man,
that was a good one. So with that, let's get into the Dallas game. Marcos, you tweeted out something very interesting just like an hour ago.
Yeah, so I was listening to ESPN 700 with Spence. Vera, he picked up a back spasm on Tuesday at practice, unfortunately, listed as questionable for Saturday's match against Dallas.
Eek. I'm pretty sure by the time you guys are listening to this, you guys already know this, but
because player availability will probably drop tomorrow, Friday, so
probably. But what are you guys' thoughts on this? Do you think they're just gonna rest him? Do you think back spasm is questionable enough to let him play, leave him out?
I think he'll probably start on the bench for this game, and come in as a sub if he's feeling up to it, or if not, just let him rest until the Seattle game.
Yeah, we have done it once already this season with Glad and Quinton. We got to do it again. It was a scary ordeal the first time, so let's see if they kind of work things out this time.
Yeah. I'm not worried. I mean, I think leaving Vera on the bench would be just fine. I think taking care of, especially if we're gonna have a Wednesday game.
Mhm.
Let's just take care of him. Quentin is good enough. On top of that, let's get into Dallas and what they're like, because from
They're
from
riddled with injuries.
on paper they are riddled with injury. They are
Like
not doing well.
like you
Well,
thought Seattle was bad. Dallas is
well,
a whole another level.
like these names that are missing that are crucial to Dallas. Paul Areola,
Hmm.
Alan Velasco. To me, that is the big loss. Not
Hmm.
so much Paul Areola, Alan Velasco, who is crucial to Dallas's attack.
Hmm.
Liam Frazier's another big loss for them. Um,
Pomacall.
Pomacall, yeah.
Yeah, and even Ilera
And
Mendy.
can I say, I would say Ilira Mendy, that is probably the worst listed injury I see there because
Yeah.
A buttocks
uh,
injury.
poor Poor dude. Oh my gosh. At least with a leg injury, you can like stay off of it. It's like
This guy,
your
nope.
cheeks are hurting. What are you gonna do? Lay face down?
Yep. Stand up the whole time.
You gotta sleep on your stomach now.
Ugh.
Yeah. So so let's break down how Dallas is doing. I mean,
So Dallas played yesterday for the Open Cup. They got past Tampa Bay. Congratulations. But if you look at who Dallas started in this game, they started a lot of first team players. So that kind of, I guess, helps RSL in this sense. Jesus started, got an assist.
hmm,
Kamungo, he started. Farrington, he got a goal, but their first string goalkeeper, he started. So I guess this helps out RSL big time.
sounds like someone was taking the US Open Cup seriously.
Right? What's that like? Now,
Oops.
one thing I do worry about, Jesus Ferreira is always a threat on the field, and especially if our weak point in this game is going to be the center of our defense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to be a solid matchup, and again, it's going to come down to a battle of the midfield again. It's something that RSL was slow to against Colorado. Colorado had a very, I mean, we mentioned it last week. Colorado has a very solid team this year, which is nice, but as we figure out during the game, also stressful. And
Yeah. Yes,
um,
absolutely.
Dallas not, I mean, obviously they're not doing as well this year, but
So
that
how
doesn't mean they're without threat.
how about this? Let me throw this at you.
Lost Marcos.
Yeah, we did. He'll be back.
Okay, it's just me and you. It's fine.
Yeah. Um, Let me throw this at you though. Ferreira has been injured for the past little while. He's barely getting back. So do we um do we worry about him in the sense of, do you think he's gonna start and make an impact, or do you think he's still on his journey recovering? Because he did start
Mhm.
on Wednesday. Um, I just think that if he's on his journey back, I don't think he's going to be at 100% at his potential compared to what he was before injury.
I mean, they're obviously they're gonna want to be careful, right?
I don't
And
know. Marcos, what do you think about Jesus and him coming back from injury?
Well, we saw him obviously start against Tampa Bay yesterday. I could see him maybe coming off the bench, or if he does start, it'll just be limited minutes. So
agreed, yeah.
Yeah.
And just looking at Dallas's roster, can I just say I didn't even realize Omar Gonzalez is still playing.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
He got picked up in the offseason by Dallas.
Holy cow! Did they have to help him onto the field?
No, he left. He ran away from New England once they fired Daddy Bruce,
Mm.
and so he ran away to Dallas. But I think, did he start last night?
No,
No,
he
no, he didn't.
he
I
subbed
think
in.
I think he's going to be one of their starters though. And if that's the case, barring some weird injury tomorrow, I think we're going to be dancing circles around Dallas's defense.
There's one thing though. If they do play him, they're gonna be looking for a high defense, which is gonna try to neutralize our crosses. Our crosses have been very dangerous this year, and I could see them starting Omar because Omar's a tall dude and he'll be able to head balls away easily defensively, be a target for heads for corner kicks to try to score. And so we are going to have to rely less on crosses, and we do have the opportunity to be more direct towards goal and take more shots on goal, have more of, like Luna 2 games ago or Julio and how he scored, just be decisive and attacking.
Yeah.
A stat to keep an eye on this game that I mentioned, Allen, but Dallas right now is the worst team in the MLS when it comes to corner kicks.
As in like the least amount?
Least amount.
So that tells us that they don't get down to the attacking end very
No,
often.
Not at all. Not at all.
Interesting stat. And to your point, Christian, on the crosses, I'm not really worried. Because our crosses, if we do have crosses, a lot of them are on the ground with Gomez. A lot of his crosses are on the ground. Now on the other side, Catranis, his crosses are in the air. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. The one side is in the air, one side is on the ground. No one?
Interesting.
Oh,
no, I've noticed that for Catranis. I haven't noticed that for Gomez.
Just saying. So with a Dallas team that's weakened and plagued with injuries, especially with their main players, let's throw out a prediction time for this one. Let's Dallas, Real Salt Lake. Christian, you went first last time. Marcos, let's have you go first.
Yeah. Dallas is going to be kind of depleted, a lot of injuries. They're coming off a midweek game, but I'm confident RSL is going to keep this winning streak alive. We'll make it number 11. So let's go a 2-0 win against Dallas.
2-0. All right, Christian.
I agree with our offensive momentum is hot, and we're going to keep it going. We've got confidence going into this game. I do think a little bit of a weakened backline will be an issue, and I could see Dallas trying to take advantage of it. Still see a solid RSL win, though, 3-1.
3-1. All right. With your powers combined, I agree with the both of them. But the score line is going to probably be a little bit closer than what we want it to be. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for RSL, only because I think because of that backline issue, and I think we're going to have a lot of possession, but the shots are going to be there, but the goals are going to be a little bit drier this time. But the important thing is we all got wins.
We all got wins. I'm hoping for number 11. Number 11.
But it's an unbeaten streak because there are ties in there.
There are ties.
Not including, this is MLS, by the way, for the fans who are like, what about the Open Cup? We want to forget about the Open Cup.
Yeah.
Because our front office, or not our front office, but our coaching staff forgot about the Open Cup 6 years ago. So,
oh yeah, shoot.
Hey, we're 5 games away from tying the. Or I guess 5 games away from beating the record.
Oh, the record's 16.
Or something like that, 16 or 17.
Oh. Well, let's dive into next Wednesday's game briefly. We're going against Seattle. We've already been against Seattle.
I was like, we just went against Seattle
this month, I think, right?
Yeah.
Flip. What this MLS scheduling is great, isn't it?
So great.
So, Marcus, did you watch the U.S. Open Cup game for Seattle last night?
And I was punching the wall because I was like, "Come on, Phoenix! What are you doing? Phoenix was literally up 1-0, and then they literally let Seattle come back and score 2 goals. They needed the Roldan brothers to come save the day, of course, for a crucial PK. Yeah, so Roldan has a PK in the 68th minute, and then Renziel, game winner in the 88th to punch the ticket for Seattle to beat Phoenix. So a lot of the first team players were playing or started for Seattle, which was a good sign for us. I guess not a good sign in the fact that they won.
Right. But let's see, who do they have next? Oh yeah, that's right. They play against St. Louis. So these next couple of games for Seattle are going to be absolutely brutal. So if they went like semi all out for this US Open Cup game, they now have to go play at St. Louis.
Oh.
Something to keep an eye on.
That sounds
Obviously,
like they're in misery.
Yeah, right.
I got it. I got it.
That
Oh,
was good.
that was horrible. That was
really so bad.
That was really
so
bad. Oh my God. Anyways, what were you saying, Marco?
Nuhu Tolo, he started this game last night against Phoenix. Seattle's last game against Vancouver, he picked up a red card, so he's going to be out against St. Louis on Saturday, but he'll be back for Wednesday's game against RSL, and he didn't play against RSL in their last matchup. So,
that's a really good one.
So something to keep an eye on because they'll be resting Nuhu Saturday. He won't be able to play. He'll be fresh for Wednesday's game.
I'm gonna throw a quick Seattle topic here. Probably it's not game related, but do you guys think that Seattle needs to renew their roster?
You mean just totally clean house?
A little bit.
Kind of, yeah, because here's my opinion. I'm gonna throw out their supposedly their last starting 11 according to FotMob. I think Ruiz Diaz is washed out. I think they need to get a new striker.
Well, I was gonna ask you. Well, I'll let you finish, and then I'll ask you this question.
Yeah. I don't care if he has 7 goals. I think they've been garbage goals, so it's not like he's a true attacker. Jordan Morris ruined his career like 7 years ago when he didn't want to leave Seattle. So I think he's ruined. Rusnak. Do I have to say anything?
Nothing more, nothing less.
Paulo, old. The Roldan brothers. Sorry, I can't. I can't. They're washed out again.
And then you got Musovski, who can't finish anything.
Yeah, Musovski is on the bench, but I don't know. I think Seattle is due for a renewal, and I think we need to take advantage that they didn't renew anyone.
Well, I guess you answered my question for me because I was going to ask you, do you feel like Rui Diaz deserves a spot for Peru come Copa America?
He lost his spot like 2 Copa Americas ago.
Yeah, because we saw that he was doing well with Peru several years back, but
yeah, no, he lost his spot.
I mean, it's kind of the same reason that Bobby Wood stopped playing for the United States.
Yeah. Well, and even Jordan Morris, he's had a fallout. He doesn't get called up as much or even at all.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree. It was not the best decision for his career to turn down Werder Bremen for the Sounders.
Yeah.
Like I get wanting to play at home. If RSL wanted to, when I was in my 20s, wanted me to come play for them and like, awesome, love to play for the hometown team. But, even if it was, Cadiz from Spain coming like, hey, you want to come play in Spain? Be like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and we saw a younger U.S. player go to Werder Bremen and have success.
Yeah, making more money, getting more minutes. Yeah.
I mean, Sargent is now a U.S. Like staple.
Yeah.
And according to everybody's favorite, Alexei Lalas, he's. Hey, I agree with some of the stuff Alexei says, by the way. Not all, but you're never going to agree with everybody 100%.
I agree with 49%.
Yeah, and I do like his thoughts on having, Josh, have him up, Josh Sargent up front, and yeah.
So back to the Seattle game. So Seattle, having played last night and having to go to St. Louis this weekend, and as Marcos just said, Tolo's coming back against us next Wednesday. How are we feeling? Do you think that Seattle is going to just throw away St. Louis's game in order to play well at home against us?
I I think they'll play for a tie in St. Louis.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's gonna be a little bit of both. Like they'll take St. Louis seriously, but then more focus upon Wednesday's matchup.
So basically, park the bus. You think that Seattle's going to park the bus against St. Louis?
Yeah, like you might think like season's over, but they still have, I guess, a smidgen shot to make that last playoff spot. So they're still battling. They're still paddling above water. They're not totally drowning.
They're not drowning yet. Let's see, what are they at in the table? They're technically outside the playoff spot, and we are doubling their points.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. When we played against Seattle last time, I'm gonna have to remind myself. How did that game go for us? Like in terms of like momentum.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
I mean, yeah, we won 2-0. Oh yeah, never mind. We like totally rocked them. I remember now.
How can you forget they had Rusnak and Musovski starting up top?
Look, it's kind of hard when we're having a really good season right now to remember one really good game. We're having really good games every game.
Don't jinx us. Don't jinx us, please.
I think we're way beyond jinxing at this point. I mean, there's no way that all of a sudden the season's going to turn on its head. Impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Now you guys are making me.
No, like, but if we go back to this game, if we go back to the last time that we played Seattle, we had Quinton who was playing, remember, in that outside back spot. We had Beavers. Yeah. We had Beavers who was in goal, but then everything else was
from Beavers.
Beavers had an incredible game, but then everything else was the same with the first team guys. How do you think that transition is going to be with the first time with having Catarani's back?
Ooh. Well, he played a half against Seattle, so he knows how they are.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I think it'll be interesting to see, obviously, like you said, Catarani's start. Mm-hmm. But do you think because there was so much quote unquote success with Quinton on the wing, do you think they're going to put him on the right back spot?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
probably
that was kind of
not. Well, we will see some rotation though. We will see rotation just because we had a Saturday game before, and so
because
we might see like maybe a Nelson Palacio or. By the way, Palacio against Colorado, that was much better. More of what I wanted to see.
Oh yeah,
we forgot to mention that. Yes, much better game for sure.
Listen, te queremos, boludo.
Te queremos. Okay, let's throw out predictions on this game because since it's so far out, we can only talk about it so much. We can talk about last week, and then we talk about the upcoming game. So let's go with. I'll go first this time with this one.
Fine, you can go first.
I think that we're going to face a different Seattle lineup with more starters. It's going to be a little bit more intense. Playing at their field is going to be a little harder. Midweek game, I think this is going to be a 1-1 draw for this one. Christian?
Honestly, I'm going to have to agree there. 1-1 draw. I think it's again, they're going to be tired. We're going to be a little tired. They're going to have home they're going to have home advantage for sure. I mean, that field is a tough place to go in and win at no matter how well Seattle's doing, whether they're good or they're bad. It's worse when they're good.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even necessarily say that they're bad right now. I mean, not ideal. I mean, they've got they're tied for the second highest number of they're tied for the second highest number of draws on the season, which means that they're not too far off from wins at times.
Yeah.
So I think 1-1 is fair. They're going to be tired. We're going to be tired. And but we do have positive momentum, and they're going to be trying to build off of that home turf. Literally, that's what they play on. It's turf.
Literally.
It's turf, Seattle. Turf.
Put in some grass already.
You scared off Russell Wilson.
Seriously. Wrong sport.
Well, for me, Seattle will have a lot of their I guess, real players back. Morris will probably be starting this one. Rui Diaz will probably be starting this one. So they have the lethal attack. But I think RSL, even though it is a midweek game, I don't think we'll get a draw. I think we'll get the full 3 points, 1-0 in a dogfight.
Oh, Marcos, look at you. That's risky.
6 points. 6 points altogether right there.
Dang. That's a high amount of points. Well, shoot, guys, that was a jam-packed, and we're only like a little past a third of the way through the season. This is gonna get intense.
Yeah, yeah. We're coming up to the halfway point. But we do have a lot more points at this point than we did last season, so that's a good sign.
That's a good positive.
And we've got a good international break coming up. We will see some of RSL's players playing internationally this summer. Hopefully,
maybe.
like Gomez in the Copa America, maybe.
I don't want him to. I don't want
no.
That's gonna be it.
That's-
Thanks for previewing our future episode. We're gonna talk a
Oh.
little bit about Copa America
Yay!
in a week or two. I think in 2 weeks. Yeah. So
And we might showcase our sticker books too.
oh yeah, the sticker book.
We got sticker book.
We got the sticker book because there's only one.
Copa America sticker books.
Yeah, we decided to go panini again.
It's a panini.
It's a panini. So Marcos, send us off.
If you guys are not already following, head over to Instagram and the Twitter follow us at the RSL Bros, and follow all of our RSL fun content, and listen to us on the go at Spotify and Apple, and watch us right here on YouTube.
Nice. You have a face for radio, not.
Not.
And congrats to our giveaway winner as well, Don Buchanan.
Don B. Cabin. Make sure you message us or we'll message you, and we'll get you that signed ball. You are a lucky dog, my friend.
Very lucky. Well, guys, till next week. Enjoy this weekend.
Enjoy Memorial Day.
Oh yeah, that's true. Peace.